Hey everybody, it's Glenn back in this video with, now loud and proud, shout it with me, Jean! Well, Phoenix, but you get my point. Turning to the package inside, and the art depicts Jean enveloped in the Phoenix Force, eyes aglow, hair a-swirling. And then on the packaging back, there she is pictured, but she ain't just any Phoenix, no siree, she's Marvel's Phoenix, which I'm glad they said that, or I'd have confused her with my local Chinese takeaway. Ooh, I could so go some pork and prawn wonton soup right now, but back to business, and pictured there is the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure of the Wave, and the action figures you will need to collect to build him are Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, Iceman, Havoc, Rogue, Phoenix as we have here, Cable, and Deadpool. Reading her bio, an expert of psionic force, Jean Grey uses her powers of telepathy and telekinesis as the mind-controlling hero? I guess by hero they're referring to the times she didn't wipe out an entire inhabited star system. Oh yeah, they retconned that. So here she is out of packaging, and we all know I love me some Jean, right? But off the bat I have to confront my biggest issue with her, that being that I'm literally having to use every inch of my own telekinesis to keep her on her feet. And there my powers fail me. I hate to refer to you, Jean, in this way, but you're a real bitch to stand up, as these wedged feet they've given her are just not fit for purpose. Hasbro, unless it's Emma Frost, who I imagine was born wearing high heels and likely sleeps in them, give the ladies flat feet. As she is, she'll be a dark Phoenix to a display, taking out all around her domino style. And breathe out, and with that off my chest, allow me to continue. Taking a closer look, and the glossy golden sunshine yellow makes for a good contrast with the flatter green of the costume, and her signature red hair has a wash to vary its tone and accentuate the flow of its sculpt. It's actually the same hair as Jean from 2013's Rocket Raccoon Bathwave, that Jim Lee one being my favourite costume for Jean. It's just a shame we got her then, just before Hasbro perfected its Lady Legends. Yet I imagine that one will get a bump on the secondary market with the release of the Jim Lee Cyclops next year, and this being the Jean complementary in costume to it. My problem with her are Hasbro's female figures of that time had legs that were very spindly, which is why I sacrificed a Hellcat to customize her with more womanly comic book curves. But back to Phoenix, and my costume preference aside, I think this is probably in most people's minds the classic costume. I don't know, let me know in the comments below. Her sash has a gestural sculpt that's visually pleasing, and I guess that's the point. I don't know, Marvel has a thing for giving its superheroines waist sashes. Phoenix, Miss Marvel, Elektra, Psylocke, Iron Fist. The chest detail of the Phoenix logo is just applied in the deco, but is crisp and golden with good coverage over the black paint. Taking a closer look, and her lipstick is a bit jarringly dark, perhaps alluding to the oncoming of the Dark Phoenix, and the colour aside, the lips are a bit too pursed. The deco of her eyes is crisp, yet while her right one is forward facing, maybe locked on Cyclops, her left eye is a bit wandering, seemingly seeking out Wolverine. Silk from the Spider-Man Space Venom Bathwave set a high bar for beautiful face sculpts, and alas, Jean isn't touching that bar, but at the very least she is an improvement compared to 2004's Series 6 Phoenix by Toy Biz. Which of Toy Biz's Lady Legends, she's likely one of their better Franken hookers, yet their face sculpt always left me wondering, is she becoming the Dark Phoenix, or is she just plain ugly? Now looking at articulation, and her head rotates side to side as much as her hair allows, and then she's able to look down, come on, ooh, a lot. She's essentially broken her neck, and then she's not able to look up owing to the beautiful flow of her hair down the back. At the shoulder, her arms rotate, and then they move up this much. There's rotation again at the elbow, and effectively a single hinge, and then at the wrists their hands rotate and their hinge moving down and up. No waist rotation, but in lieu of that she has a rotating diaphragm joint, and then this joint also moves slightly this far forward and then this far back. At the hips her legs don't particularly move out very far, they move much further forward and very slightly back. There's upper leg rotation followed by a double jointed knee, then at the ankles her feet are hinged moving backwards and forwards, and she has that crazy ankle rocker pivot that I love. With this being her widest stance possible, still with both feet flat on the floor, and a wider stance actually helps her stand much better. Alternatively, here I'm using the Marvel Select Here Comes Tomorrow Jean Grey's display base to help prop her up a little bit. So all things considered, the feat and her nigh inability to stand up does imbue her with frustration, distracting me from the sheer wonder of the character, and as I have here for display purposes, the emphasis will be on yourself to problem solve that. But if you can do that, this is the closest toys have ever got to capturing the Phoenix essence, so that's not to be dismissed. Anyway, stepping next into the fray will be the subject of Jean's wandering eye, it's Wolverine! And if you miss my look at the Abomination Bathwave's Wonder Man, then click the video on the right. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.